If all you knew about black-white relations in America was what you read in local and national media, here's what you would know for sure. That black people are relentless victims of relentless white violence perpetrated by white people who are relentlessly racist all the time, everywhere, and that explains everything.
It is amazing to me that whenever African Americans exceed the expectations, that there is always going to be fault that is going to be found in what it is that we do.
This YouTube channel
exposes this as a hoax, exposes the myth of black victimization as the greatest lie in this generation. We're going to show on this channel over and over and over, one video after another, black mob violence, black on white crime, the knockout game. If white...
Not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And if you guys are wondering why I haven't been making videos as frequently as I used to have been, that's because I'm getting ready. I got, my vacation coming up. I'm going on vacation in July. I've actually been hitting the gym. I've been working out. I'm on the beach, so getting my beach body tight. I definitely got a lot to work on. And, making sure my money's tight, booking hotels, making sure my house is taken care of, and, once I'm gone. So, that's what I've been doing, eating right, exercising, getting my money tight, and so forth. But the train is not slowing down. Ignorance, white supremacy does not take a day off, so therefore I can't take a day off. Now we're going to go into Colin Flaherty, whatever this Irish mutt's last name is, and his book, Don't Make the Black Kids Angry, which I consider a declaration of war. And some of you have probably heard of this guy, some of you not. He's been making, small media rounds. He's been, the bootlickers have been kowtowing to this guy. I'm like, this guy, Flaherty, is pretty much raising war on the black youth. And then you got people like Tommy Sotomayor and what's that, Jesse Lee Peterson, thrilled, to conversate with this guy. Someone that is definitely the enemy. And let's look at the title of his book. Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. It's not don't make the black thugs angry, or at least don't make the inner city youth angry. It's don't make the black kids angry. Meaning that every single black kid out there is a walking, ticking time bomb. That he is bad-tempered and short-fused and willing to explode at the drop of the pen. And it's not like white people's outlooks on blacks, especially the black youth, had very favorable marks to begin with. No, this is only going to reinforce their racist beliefs. It's only justifying that you can manhandle, deal, execute young black kids with extreme prejudice because they are a threat to your well-being. Now look at the cover of this guy's book. All he has mugshots of black people. I can easily create a cover of a book with mugshots of white people. So obviously this is propaganda material. I don't know who this guy Flaherty is. Supposedly he had some writing credentials under his belt. But that doesn't mean nothing. Just because you're a freelance writer don't mean you're making any money and things of that nature. What I'm saying? He made a name for himself, once he started creating I would say a stir over this book, around the same time as the Baltimore riots. And that's the thing. I think that he's probably some guy who lives in an empty apartment with a bunch of empty liquor bottles laying about, you know, drinking on that wild Irish rose, sucking on that Irish dick, you know, but, you know, he, you know, Irish himself. So I'm like, this is baffling. You know, I'm like, you got people like Nomi Chomsky, who writes books on global elitists, world banks, and how they manipulate currency, about our media, the fourth branch of the government, you know, sophisticated stuff. And someone like Flaherty is going to be talking about the knockout game, and and that's the thing, you know. So he's an opportunist, you know, and you know, and I guess the narrative he's going to push off is that black people, like we've been fed that black people are the victims of white people, and white people are so horrible, and that it's actually in reverse. Black people who are have been economically deprived and at the bottom are like these brutal tyrants, and white people are like this fair and just people that just want to live their lives in peace. You know, Flaherty is also a police sympathizer, you know, with crime. So the black man, the black youth, like Public Enemy, is in the crosshairs. Any black parent should be highly alarmed about this. You know, if I had a black child, this book will make me lose sleep at night. I'm surprised that there hasn't been many black celebrities or some people that stepping up to condemn this book, because I know white people aren't. But okay, black celebrities. I can't expect these banjo pluckers to do anything, and that's the thing. That Colin Flaherty's book is just going to make black, you know what I'm saying, black lives, you know, already harder. You know, it's just going to be a justification of racial beliefs. You know, that white people, I'm like, and this is just history repeating itself. You know, when the slaves were first emancipated, you know, when the War of the South was over, the movie Birth of the Nation was propaganda. You know, it was that black people are going to gain too much, are going to gain all this power. We're going to rape white women. You know what I'm saying? We're going to victimize white people, you know, and so forth. And that you have to step up and, you know what I'm saying, and put people in check. The Ku Klux Klan was looked at as the heroes because, hey, these people are going to, you know what I'm saying, twerk black people and so forth. Fast forward to today, you know what I'm saying, we got the Ku Klux Klan, it still exists, but we got the police force. And, you know, Flaherty is someone that's going to make the police out to be heroes, you know, and here's the big bad black man, you know, wanting to harm these innocent, precious white people, you know. This is insane. This is insanity. And I'm surprised that an Irish man, you know, well, I can't be surprised by the Irish because they're some of the most racist people out there. But, you know what I'm saying, in white people's eyes, they're not going to look at any black child who has prospects for the future, who wants to go to college, and who's not going to be involved with any of the rebel rousing. You know, and I'm not talking bad about the looters or whatever, you know, but, you know, they're rioting, but, you know, there's a lot of black people black kids out there that's not throwing bricks, that's not going to steal stuff. They're like, hey, that's stupid. Of course you're not going to hear their voice. You know, Flaherty, with his war on black kids, just puts black kids in the crosshairs. You know, every black kid, really it's a war on black people. You know, racism has come back full throttle. You know, and we have to wake up and recognize it. You know, I'm like, this whole concept of black people being this dominant factor or whatever, and white cops are just doing their jobs, white people just have to submit to black people and drown in white guilt. And man, that's a bunch of malarkey. Even if white people do recognize white privilege exists, they still are trying to hold on to it. They still like their position at the top of the food chain. And how did the white people get to the top of the food chain? Now, Flaherty had it was an interview, and it was kind of went into a debate with Star, who has a YouTube, Star, the guy who used to be on Hot 97 or whatever, but I guess he quit, and he got his own YouTube channel and his own blog talk radio show, which I'm meaning to call in, but he got a YouTube channel called Shot 97. Now, he had an interview with Flaherty that went into a debate, and Star demolished him. Star exposed Flaherty for what it is. Every time Star kind of put a hard question, Flaherty kind of backed off. Like Star brought up the past. I'm like, don't you think black people obtain these kind of like these bad behaviors or learned them for the way they were treated in the past? And Flaherty just simply says, oh, well, what did he say? He said, I gotta catch my breath here. Said that's just one in a million excuses. That the way white people treat black people in the past and things of that nature, broken homes, that was just an excuse. Actually, Flaherty doesn't even consider broken homes and no father in the household as an excuse. He says that's just 1,000,001 excuses. When black people say, hey, we was treated like this and so forth. So therefore, this tells me that Flaherty is impotent when it comes to intellectualism. He's an opportunist. He just wants to sell this book to anybody that wants to buy it. And these people aren't going to worry about, what about what we did to them in the past? No, his whole YouTube, I'm not going to buy his book. I'm not going to give this guy a fucking dime to support his drinking habits. But his whole YouTube channel just highlights the criminal activity of black people. I'm like, oh, we know black people are out there committing crime. I'm like, tell us something new. But he just wants to put it in white people's minds, even some bootlickers, and have it rewind it over and over again, that these people are brutes. These people are savage animals. These people are different from us. And then he's going to try to find bootlickers, or whatever, that can smile in his face or whatever, that he can sit up there and say, oh, I'm not racist. I talked to Tommy Sotomayor. I talked to Jesse Lee Peterson or whatever. I'm like, it's the same shit ran over. And here in American society, that, throughout human history, or even when we analyze other countries overseas, even when we see that there's a problem with the people at the bottom, we always blame the politician, the people at top, and look at this corruption up here. But here in America, I guess it's the only instance where the people at the bottom of the barrel have been economically deprived, that had to face so much humiliation, injustice, and brutality are the bad guys now. And the people who have gained their wealth by pillaging and plundering are, are easygoing, that are docile, that is fair and just. I'm telling you, you got to put together the pieces of the puzzle. Thanks for watching, and sally forth.